So, continuing our discussion of specific databases, we're going to keep going through some of our popular databases that are really used quite frequently. So, to get there, reminder, we go to Library, over to Resources here on the right. Then we click on Databases, and it brings us to this home page. So, wanting to show you some more of these popular databases you got in the box on the left here. First one we're going to go over today is this Web of Science. Web of Science is something that is not included in Primo. So Primo is a full text discovery system. Things that are going to come up automatically are things that we have the full text of somewhere. Web of Science, on the other hand, is a citation index. So what that means is that you're not getting full text PDF either or HTML in Web of Science itself. However, Web of Science can link you out to if you have full text access somewhere else. But this is something that, like I said, because it's not a full text within the database itself, it's not going to be found in Primo. So if you are doing research on a science topic that you're taking biology, chemistry, physics, environmental science, computer science, anything like that, Web of Science is definitely one of the best databases for that. Even though it's just mainly a citation database, it is really, really popular and a great tool for finding research within the hard sciences and social sciences as well. If you're nursing, psychology, those kind of things, it comes up great as well. Using this is pretty simple. So let's say you wanted to talk about opioid epidemic. Okay, so we're looking at opioid abuse, things of like prescription drugs and things like that, of searching within that you're writing a paper on that. So actually searching within it is pretty similar to most of their databases. You just type in your search terms. You have your options to limit over here on the left. So you see you get 3,400 results. You can add in more keywords. So if we wanted to say opioid epidemic, we also want to talk about opioid abuse. So you could type in abuse, and that way it continues to limit that down. Some of the filters look a little bit different. Instead of having a date range, it asks you to choose individual dates you want to use. So you have to, like, if you're saying I want things within the past 5 years, you have to check mark every year you want to include. You can see you got that more options. Okay, yes, I know that. To where it's going to bring you all the years that are coming up in your results. So you do have to kind of individually check mark those. I've never been a big fan of that. It's just a weird quirk of this database that, okay, I want things within the last 5 years, click refine. It will bring that up. You can also search by document types. And so you see you get research domains that is bringing you kind of these bigger subject heading. Web of Science has several smaller databases within it, but these aren't things that are really helpful to you. Most helpful is this document types, and this is your resource type. Are you looking for an article? Are you looking for reviews, editorial meetings? Web of Science doesn't have a peer-reviewed limiter, so you can't limit to peer-reviewed only journals, but it does tend to pull more official scientific, scholarly, academic research. That's where it's really focusing its collection on and its collection development. So that's what it's including within its search. So by limiting the article, if you're saying I need peer-reviewed research, it's not going to be perfect, but that is your best bet of getting to peer-reviewed primary original research that is that scholarly academic. So you're seeing these are coming out of the International Journal of Pharmaceutics, Journal of Neurological Sciences, Journal of Medical Toxicology. So these are very academic, scholarly type resources. So limiting to that article can exclude then reviews and conference proceedings and meeting notes, things that might not be that peer-reviewed research you're looking for. So definitely limit to that. Another odd quirk about Web of Science is most databases, when you're bringing up your search results, bring up the search results by relevance. So they're looking at your keywords and bringing up the most relevant things with that search algorithm. Web of Science, on the other hand, defaults to organizing it by date. So it brings you the most recently published information and goes down from there. Students sometimes get frustrated by this because they're like, okay, this isn't really what I wanted. That yes, it's using this keyword, but it's not really on my topic. You have these options above the search bars here to change that. All of our databases have these options that you see little menu options above your search results. Web of Science is just one that it's different because it defaults to the date. That is because science the hard sciences are really date specific. They want the most recent information, but you can change this to relevant. So if what is coming up is not really exactly what you were looking for, you're just reorganizing your search results so the most relevant thing comes up instead. Make sense? Hopefully, yes. Okay, so yeah, so you get your limiters, you get your options to sort your search results, which can be helpful. We can look at this first one, just like everything else, click on the title, you get the bibliographic info, so who wrote it, so you get all your authors, you get the journal info, comes out as Postgraduate Medicine, volume 131, issue 1, pages 1 through 8, you get your DOI number, get your abstract of what it's about. Many times also as you scroll down, you kind of get more data that might not be helpful for most people. If you are looking for full text of this, though, typically you're going to see your options up here above at the top. So you're seeing you have this NCBI. Remember how we talked about PubMed back in citations and evaluations? NCBI is typically going to be PubMed. And so this is going to be trying to connect you to the full text through other databases and through other search tools. Okay, so this is taking you directly to, went through PubMed to get there. Takes you to the full text on the actual publisher's website. And so you can scroll down, read the whole thing. You're getting this little menu across the top here with the PDF download option. Taylor & Francis is a pretty big publisher. We've talked about them briefly before. So you're getting that full text options. Other times you have this find PDF option. This uses this Copernio. Sometimes this works. Other times it wants you to pay for access. Not the best option. I don't like the Copernio. Your other option, if it doesn't have NCBI up here, or it doesn't have get a free PDF or some sort of link, or saying search with Google Scholar, sometimes you see that and it has like the Google G with like the little motorboard graduation hat above it. That's the Google Scholar logo. So you see full text links above here. If it doesn't have that, click on this links option. And what this does is that check for full text with UNCP. So you saw that in EBSCOhost and Primo. It's going to check everything else we have to see if we have this full text somewhere else. That we don't have full text through Web of Science, but we might have it through another database. It's going to check and connect you to that. And so you're seeing you're getting that Taylor & Francis Medical Library access that we have. So you get your full text links up here. Most of these articles do have some full text option. You can access that. You can download those PDFs. So great tool, great search. Brings you lots of really good scholarly scientific research. So if that is your research area or your major area, Web of Science is a really good tool for you. Like I said, this is one that is left out of Primo, so you definitely want to come here individually. Another cool thing that Web of Science is known for is its journal citations and citation connections. So you're seeing the citation network menu over here on the right. What this is doing is looking at this article, Going Beyond Prescription Pain, and it's looking at both how other researchers are using this. So it's going to look at this time cited, so you're seeing 12, is going to connect you to 12 other articles who in their research have cited this original Going Beyond Prescription Pain. So officially this is called Searching into the Future. You can see how the research is being used. Sometimes it's a great way to find more research on your information. One of the easiest ways to find more info on a topic is to look at where someone else got their information. So this is an easy way that if you're seeing something is there, you can browse through. Does any of this look useful to you in your research? And it's going to connect you to it. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. But it's already been curated for you. All you got to do is kind of click and scroll. So it's an easy way to connect. It also brings up this times cited option to where you're seeing that, sorry, not the all-time cited, that goes with the 12, the cited references. So it's looking at the work cited for this article. So looking at their references and bibliography. And if Web of Science has a record for that, it'll go ahead and connect you for it. So this is where you're looking at that original article. Where did they get their info? You may want to look at, okay, this is actually good research too. I want to cite from that and pull that information. It's another way that it's already doing some of the legwork of helping you find the full text of those records. So helpful to sometimes come and scroll. Sometimes people want to say that, okay, this is really good research because it's been cited 12 times and it's only published in 2018, which is fairly recently, and that's a lot of times to be cited since 2018. Yes, that's a lot of times, and so that could be an indicator that it's really good research. But other times that could mean nothing, or it could have been cited 12 times to disprove this research. I'm sure you've all heard of the debate around vaccines causing autism. The original article that claimed that was published in a journal called The Lancet, is one of the most cited articles in the world, but they're all disproving it. They're all saying this person is wrong in their research. So this isn't necessarily an indicator that it's good research. It's just an indicator other people have cited it. So can be helpful. If it's 0, that doesn't mean it's bad either, especially for something that was only published a little over a year ago. Academic research takes time to create and come out in print. Now, if this was published 10 years ago and that's a 0, that might be concerning, but it could be that it's being cited and not just pulled into Web of Science. So this isn't a perfect tool. It's a helpful tool. It's good. It's not really a good indicator of quality, though. So definitely don't take that. All right, and that is Web of Science. All right, continuing on with our next database, go into some others. So follow up with the next video.